It's Thursday, May 18. In the headlines, 30,000 students to receive restorative justice practices training. In business news, gas and diesel prices are up. Regionally, Barbados predicts severe sargassum influx. Internationally, China hosts first ever Central Asia Summit. And in sports, Concacaf Women's Under-20 champs begin May 24, and Jamaica's reggae girls are set to compete. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. 30,000 students are set to receive training in restorative justice practices during the 2023-2024 financial year. Some 25,000 students from 19 primary schools and 14 high schools are targeted to benefit from this intervention. Education Minister Favour Williams says that the initiative will target schools that are located in 7 areas covered by zones of special operations. These include Denham Town, Greenwich Town, Parade Gardens and August Town in Kingston and St. Andrew, Norwood and Mount Salem in St. James, and Savannah Lamar in Westmoreland. The Education Ministry will partner with the Ministry of Justice to carry out the program. The issue of violence in schools has been a perpetual headache for the Ministry of Education and other stakeholders, as students have been seriously injured or killed in confrontations on school grounds. Jamaica assumed the chairmanship of the Caribbean Community Council for Foreign and Community Relations at the 26th regular meeting. Caricom Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett and Caricom foreign ministers were in attendance. We hear more from Carla Thomas-Hewitt.
Under the leadership of Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Kamina Johnson-Smith, Jamaica hosted the opening ceremony for the 26th regular meeting of the Caribbean Community Council for Foreign and Community Relations.
Our strength in working with extra-regional partners lies in our cohesion. And even as each of our countries maintain active bilateral relations, and we encourage you in your meetings in the margins of this one, the region must also work collectively and effectively in a highly coordinated manner to strengthen community relations and institutions and to pursue regional foreign policy objectives as best as possible. In fact, we're reminded of the driving principle of our community and this council that, and I quote, "The interests of the entire region can best be served by the maximization of cooperation by all governments concerned."
The meeting saw members discussing priority issues of regional and international interests, including the situation in Haiti, climate change, relations, and developments in hemispheric and multilateral bodies. The Council also engaged with the government of Japan, Spain, and Slovenia. Dr. Carla Barnett, Caricom's Secretary General, says the meeting is an opportunity for reflection as Caricom celebrates 50 years of existence.
We look forward to continued engagement with our trusted partners to further strengthen our collective actions. With insightful discussions over the next 2 days, we can take significant strides to strengthen coordination of the community's foreign policy. I trust that dialogue will be frank, robust, and most importantly, deliver innovative approaches and tangible results. The Caribbean community has a complex and a formidable task at hand. However, our integration movement and our intra-community relations have already built a strong foundation on which we can continue to devise solutions to improve the lives and the livelihoods of the people of the region.
Jamaica will chair the Council from May 2023 to April 2024. The 26th meeting is the first in-person regular meeting of the Council since 2019. For the news on PBCJ, I'm Carla Thomas-Hewitt.
Jamaicans are being encouraged to register and participate in the upcoming Labour activities on Tuesday, May 23. Labor Day will be observed under the theme Plant a Tree for Life, promoting climate change mitigation, food security and road safety. The National Labor Day project will be a tree planting exercise along Highway 2000 in the vicinity of Heartlands Road, Old Harbour, St. Catherine. Speaking at a JIS think tank, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, explained that under the road safety aspect, volunteers are being encouraged to repaint or paint pedestrian crossings, especially those near a school.
There's a list of pedestrian crossings that have been provided by the Road Safety Council that are located near various schools across the island. You can assist in having those painted. Make contact with your parish national work agency, because there is a proper way to paint a pedestrian crossing. So you're encouraged to reach out to the NAA, to reach out to your school principals, and to indicate that you are willing and able and ready to assist in the painting or repainting of the pedestrian crossings near your schools.
She says the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, through its Grow Smart, Eat Smart campaign, will be distributing farming kits.
They will be providing 15,000 assorted fruit seedlings to be distributed by RADA and the National Irrigation Commission. The emphasis will be on farmers planting orchards, as well as individuals and households supporting and sustaining family and personal nutrition.
Persons are asked to register their Labor Day projects via the online registration form on the JIS website at www.jis.gov.jm. The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, an agency of the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, is organizing a floral tribute to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the birth of the Most Honourable Hugh Lawson Shearer, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, at the National Heroes Park in Kingston on Thursday, May 18. Here's more in this report from Carla Thomas Hewitt.
The Most Honourable Hugh Lawson Shearer, Jamaica's third Prime Minister, was born in the village of Martha Brae just outside of Falmouth, Trelawney, on May 18, 1923. While working as an editor of the Jamaica Worker paper, Mr. Shearer began to serve his apprenticeship as a trade unionist. As a trade unionist, he had a distinguished career, particularly as a negotiator. During his career as a politician, he was leader of government business and a minister without portfolio. He was also appointed Deputy Chief of Mission for Jamaica at the United Nations General Assembly and figured in many crucial international issues. He was elected to the House of Representatives as a member for Western Kingston in 1955 and served until 1959. In the 1967 general elections, Mr. Shearer won the South Clarendon seat. Mr. Shearer was then appointed Minister of External Affairs on February 27, 1967. On the passing of Sir Donald Sangster, Mr. Shearer was chosen to be Prime Minister of Jamaica. He was sworn in on April 11, 1967. He was a member of the Privy Council of England, January 6, 1969. He started a system of major highways, the first being the Kingston to Spanish Town Highway. After the 1972 general elections, in which he retained his parliamentary seat, Mr. Shearer was leader of the opposition until 1974. He became president of the BITU in 1977, and in the ensuing years built the union into the largest in the English-speaking Caribbean. Mr. Shearer died on July 5, 2004, at the age of 81.
In the business report, gas prices are up. Danita Rodney has the details.
Motorists will see an increase at the pumps in the price of gasoline effective Thursday, May 18, according to the latest ex-refinery costs from Petrojam. Up by $3.06, 90-octane gasoline will sell for $170.92 per liter, while 87-octane gasoline will sell for $167.39 per liter. Increased by 25 cents, automotive diesel fuel will sell for $169.87 per liter, ultra-low sulfur diesel will sell for $180.72, and kerosene will sell for $180.92 per liter. Propane liquid petroleum will sell for $59.85 per liter, down by 49 cents, and butane liquid petroleum will sell for $67.53 per liter after a decrease of 25 cents. Remember, marketing companies and retailers will add their respective markups to these prices. NCB Financial Group has confirmed that it is preparing to integrate the National Identification System (NIDS) into its operations. According to Patrick Hilton, CEO of NCBFG, the company has been approved to test the implementation and use of NIDS in its operations.
The government of Jamaica has recently embarked on registration for the National Identification System, called NIDS. National Commercial Bank Jamaica Limited has received approval from the Bank of Jamaica to develop and test 3 proofs of concept leveraging NIDS. We fully endorse this initiative. It has enhanced financial inclusion, enhanced transparency, efficiency, and productivity in countries such as Estonia and India. And our expectation is that Jamaica should have the same or even better results.
For your market updates, in foreign exchange trading for Wednesday, May 17, the US dollar sold for an average of $155.24. The Canadian dollar ended trading at $115.59. The pound sterling traded for $192.58, and the euro sold for an average of $171.17. In JSE trading, the JSE index declined by 54 points. The junior market index advanced by 18 points. The combined market index advanced by 114 points, and the All Jamaican Composite Index advanced by 178 points. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 97 stocks, of which 44 advanced, 33 declined, and 20 traded firm. Stocks advanced for Barita Investments Limited, Berger Paints Jamaica Limited, and CAC 2000 Limited. Stocks declined for 138 Student Living Jamaica Limited, 138 Student Living Jamaica Limited Verbal Preference, and Consolidated Bakeries Jamaica Limited. Trading firm were Access Financial Services Limited, AMG Packaging and Paper Company Limited, and Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances Limited. The overall volume leaders were Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited with over 6 million units, Wigton Wind Farm Limited ordinary shares with over 2 million units, and Derrimon Trading Company Limited with over 1 million units. In regional stocks, in Trinidad and Tobago, 0 securities traded. On the Barbados Stock Exchange, 0 securities traded. In regional business, seeing a shift in information and communications technology (ICT), the Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Organizations (CANTO) launched an e-procurement marketplace to transform the way companies procure goods and services across the region.
Delivering remarks at the launch of the e-procurement marketplace at the Arthur Chung Conference Center on Tuesday, Minister within the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for public affairs Kwame McCoy hailed the platform as a win-win for the Caribbean region. He highlighted the importance of ICT in advancing the digital transformation of the region, as well as boosting the country's economy. The minister stressed that, given the many difficulties companies face on the procurement landscape, such as limited process standardization and record management, this platform's launch will revolutionize the regional telecommunications industry.
ICTs are vital for any country's development across various domains. They drive economic growth, enable access to information and knowledge, and can help to improve governance and the delivery of public services. They can enhance healthcare delivery, the delivery of education, and even infrastructural development. Within the ICT industry, the operators provide a wide variety of goods and services to achieve these goals and satisfy our people's needs.
Meanwhile, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce Onaj Waldron said the platform holds tremendous potential for the development of small businesses as well as to bridge a critical information gap that may be discouraging producers in the region. Moreover, the liberalization of the telecommunications sector in 2020 created the enabling environment for this level of development in country, as consumers have access to a wider range of choices and are benefiting from lower prices as operators innovate their services.
The Government of Guyana recognizes the critical importance of telecommunications in almost every aspect of our lives. Indeed, it is our recognition of this importance that led us to liberalize and open up the sector to competition within 60 days of assuming office in 2020. In so doing, we created the conditions for a vibrant and competitive telecommunications landscape, and already consumers are seeing the benefits. Consumers have wider choice and are seeing lower prices as operators innovate in their service offerings.
Canto is a non-profit association that facilitates regional and international ICT projects, discussions and objectives critical to the Caribbean region. The Canto e-market platform was launched on Tuesday at the Ortachung Conference Center. The e-procurement marketplace enables companies to find the best suppliers and enhance their operational resilience. It will provide registered users with access to a global network of vendors, suppliers, operators, and the companies in the ICT ecosystem.
In international business, Wall Street saw sharp rises fueled by optimism over a potential deal on the federal debt ceiling and a rebound in regional bank shares.
The Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq all gained more than 1%, with the Nasdaq the highest at nearly 1.3%. President Joe Biden and top House Republican Kevin McCarthy on Wednesday reiterated their determination to strike a deal soon to raise the $31.4 trillion federal debt ceiling and avoid what would be a catastrophic default. A jump in regional bank shares also lifted sentiment, led by a surge in Western Alliance Bancorp a day after the lender said deposits grew by more than $2 billion in the quarter ended May 12th. The KBW Regional Bank Index notched its biggest one-day percentage gain since January 6, 2021, and the S&P 500 Banks Index surged for its biggest daily percentage gain of the year. But Will Rind, founder and CEO of Granite Shares ETFs, says regional banks aren't out of the woods yet, citing a risk that their deposit bases could still bleed out as customers park their money elsewhere in search of higher returns.
The bigger picture concern, perhaps, for market participants is simply that with interest rates at 5%, investors can get a risk-free 5% or elevated interest rates by putting money directly at the Fed in the form of treasury bills than by putting money on deposit at a regional bank for significantly less than those levels.
Shares of Tesla jumped more than 4% a day after its annual shareholder meeting, during which CEO Elon Musk downplayed market speculation he may step down from the top job. He also touched upon two new mass market models the company is developing and reaffirmed that deliveries of its long-delayed Cybertruck would start this year. Retailer Target rose more than 2.5%, and TJ Maxx parent TJX companies closed nearly 1% higher. While both forecast current quarter profit below expectations, they both also beat estimates for the first quarter.
In market data for oil prices were broadly stable as traders warily watched for signs of progress on talks to raise the U.S. debt ceiling after surging in the previous session on optimism over U.S. fuel demand. Brent crude inched down 13 cents to $76.83, and West Texas Intermediate crude dipped 12 cents to $72.71 a barrel. And that was the business report on PBCJ. I'm Danita Rodney.
In regional news, it's not only increased temperatures that Barbadians should be bracing for over the next couple of months, but more sargassum seaweed as well. The latest predictions have been shared by Chief Fisheries Officer Dr. Shelley-Ann Cox.
This morning, the University of the West Indies, their Center for Resource Management and Environmental Studies, would have released the latest issue of the Sargassum Sub-Regional Outlook Bulletin for the Eastern Caribbean. And of course, there is not good news as it relates to the influxes. They will be severe for the next 3 months, especially in Barbados. We can stay comforted though that it will be less sargassum this year than last year, June, but we will still get continuous influxes. Influxes have significantly affected the fisher folk as it relates to the fouling of gear. It also has presented an opportunity for harvesting amberfish. I know a lot of persons have developed the taste for the alma fish, also referred to as almaco jack. So we're hoping that we will receive some increased landings over the summer months of those, but we want to caution our longline captains, and especially our iceboat captains and others at sea, to be careful as they traverse the sea with the large mats.
Against the backdrop of Mental Health Awareness Month, a unique new company has been founded in Guyana to heighten mental and physical wellness through consultations and support for professionals.
The company, Wellness International Inc., was launched on Wednesday at the Hermanston Lodge, Peterborough Street, Georgetown. Its objective is to provide initiatives aimed at enhancing wellness for all, and according to the Chief Executive Officer, Donald Sinclair, the company is a response to Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony's call for wellness to be prioritized among citizens. Mental Health Awareness Month is observed in May this year under the theme More Than Enough.
Now, this company comprises persons who have a background in areas like health and fitness, wellness, nutrition, exercise management, gym management, art. So what we did and what we are doing is to bring together a kind of a wellness coalition that we are going to apply to our wellness activities when we get going after this launch.
The company's website was also launched on Wednesday. The designer, Christina Taylor of Suriname, said it was designed to empower individuals on their journey to holistic well-being. The website, and by extension, the company, has multiple options which will assist clients with meeting their wellness goals. It caters for adults and children. A core component in meeting its objectives is its workplace wellness program. Team members William Jeffrey, Maharani Jilu, and a partner, Dr. Natalie Caldera, the founder of Let's Talk Psychological Wellness, explained that this program will greatly benefit not only workplaces, but the persons engaged will see overall improvements in their lives.
We're defining workplace wellness as any workplace health promotion activity or organizational policy designed to support healthy behavior among employees and to improve health outcomes. As we see it here at Wellness International Inc., it can consist, that's workplace wellness, can consist of many diverse activities. I'm just going to list some of these. On-site health education fairs, free medical screenings, health coaching, weight loss, stress management, smoking cessation programs, wellness communiques, on-site fitness programs and facilities, on-site kitchen and healthy food options, company wellness competitions, and we can even go using technology today, mobile and web-based education and social platforms.
Minister of Planning and Development Penelope Beckles, speaking at the Energy Forum on Wednesday, says by harnessing the full potential of wind, Trinidad and Tobago can generate substantial amounts of clean energy, reduce their reliance on fossil fuel, and make significant strides in combating climate change. More from TTT News.
we can make informed decisions about the optimal placements, design, and operation of wind farms, and therefore, by extension, the investments required. These investments will not only accelerate the transition to a clean energy future, they will also create new job opportunities, spur economic growth, and enhance energy security.
The minister noted with the shifting of worldviews away from fuel-based economies and the mature nature of this country's oil fields, Trinidad and Tobago needs to take proactive steps to ensure its future energy security.
With respect to offshore wind, it has the potential to revitalize coastal communities and transform them into hubs of renewable energy innovation and expertise.
The Planning and Development Minister made her comments as she addressed a forum on setting the path for wind generation in Trinidad and Tobago hosted by the Energy Chamber on Wednesday.
In international news, China's President Xi Jinping in the central city of Xi'an, where he is hosting his first summit with the leaders of 5 Central Asian nations, underlining Beijing's growing influence in a region that Russia has long considered its own backyard. More from Al Jazeera.
In western China, this is Xi'an, the country's ancient capital. It was once the starting point of the historical Silk Road, a network of trade routes spread across Central Asia. And in this symbolic location, China is seeking to strengthen connections with its neighbours. For the first time, President Xi Jinping is hosting the leaders of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan.
It would be very important for all 6 countries that they can talk about, how they can start economic recovery and continue the friendship and their very stable ties.
Central Asian countries are seeking to strengthen trade ties. And as Moscow pours funds into its war in Ukraine and faces the economic impact of sanctions, analysts say Beijing is an increasingly appealing partner.
China can play a more supportive role in the region and working with the region, but not at the expense of Russia.
Trade between China and Central Asian nations hit a record high of $70 billion in 2022. And many transport infrastructure projects, such as railways and roads, have been built in the past decade as part of China's so-called Belt and Road Initiative. The summit coincides with a meeting of the leaders of the Group of 7 developed economies hosted by Japan. China's growing influence is expected to be one of the main points of discussion as the U.S. pushes for a more unified approach to dealing with Beijing. State-funded think tanks say the Xi'an summit shows a shift in the world order.
These 7 developed countries that dominate the current world order and have the monopoly power of the current world economic order are Western nations, while China and the 5 Central Asian countries represent the interests and demands of developing countries.
In this week of parallel summits, this is China's answer to multilateral diplomacy, reframing global affairs outside Western dominance and surrounding itself with friendly nations in a time of geopolitical uncertainty. Jessica Washington, Al Jazeera, Xi'an, China.
In sports, the Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship begins in the Dominican Republic on May 24 and runs through to June 3. The competition doubles as a World Cup qualifier for the juniors. Reka girls depart the island on May 22. The 2 finalists and 3rd place match winner will qualify for next year's FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The competition boasts 2 groups, and Jamaica, who find themselves in Group A, have the United States, Canada, and Panama for company. Group B features hosts the Dominican Republic, Mexico, Costa Rica, and Puerto Rico. And that's the news on PBCJ. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thank you so much for watching.